Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? This is your boy, Dirty Low, man. We are here with the episode 41 Raider Nation Fan Show. It's 7:14. It's Friday. It's Freaky Friday. Get it on Friday, whatever you want to call it, man. It's the end of the week. And we haven't done one of these shows a long time. Last week, I was supposed to do the show with this gentleman that's in the back. There's a big Raider. It's called Raider Nation Explosion. My boss is going to be pulling up right now. I have him in the back, but I got to do my thing, what we do normally here. Tell everybody thank you for pulling up. Make sure everyone's having a good day. I'll get to the chat, and once we get to the chat, we'll start getting everything going, man. But Raider Nation Explosion is happening on the 22nd. What it is, he's going to explain everything to you. There's going to be a lot of different conversation. We'll be talking ball also. I know Gravy's going to be pulling up. I got a couple, possibly Raider Game might be pulling up also. But with no further ado, we got Raider Mob Boss in the building. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for
There you go, man. It's cool, man. Shit, thank you, man. Like, everybody, we just kind of gonna get into it. Me and my boss, I ran into him. We were kind of talking about it backstage. I ran into him through Raider Travis. Shout out Raider Travis here in Fresno. That guy's a real nice guy, crazy as fuck. You know what I mean? Love that guy, man. But so we be following each other on IG and stuff like that. And when I seen it, I was like, yeah, because we went last year. Me and Gravy went last year, had a great time. Captain Jack was there, like I was telling you and stuff like that. So my biggest thing was I was just trying to show anything that I support, I love, especially Raiders. You know what I mean? It's all love. There's some guys out here that are a little funny, but you know what I'm saying? But it's like, hey, it's all nation. You know what I mean? So so Mob, like, let me know what's going on, bro, because I have a bunch of questions. I've seen all the posts. Oh, dipped out. Okay, you're back. Yeah, I seen a lot of different posts. I see that it's hosted by the Black Hole. I mean, I got questions about that. You know what I mean? A lot of the nation wants to know too, bro. So check this out. Introduce yourself, man, and let me know what's going on.
All right, nation, what's going on, man? Appreciate you having me on here today. Talk a little bit about the Raider Explosion. Yeah, there's a whole lot going on with the Raider Nation. For those of you that don't know me, I am my boss. I've been a Raider fan my whole entire life since birth. My dad was a Raider fan, so this is passed down, through the blood. And Mob Boss came into existence somewhere around 2012, 2013, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been doing it ever since, man. And I love what I do. I love the nation. I love this team, the Raiders. And so, all of this kind of stuff has just sparked from being such a dedicated fan, and it's opened doors and opportunities and things. And part of our job as what they call super fans. I don't call myself a super fan. I call myself a Raider fan.
There you go.
But people like to put that persona or that name on you, and so part of being a super fan is bringing energy to the rest of the fans and trying to keep everybody positive about the Raiders and excited about the Raiders. And that's where the Raider Nation Explosion comes from. It's just a way for us as a production company to put on an event that gets everybody excited about the season about to start. That's why it's always in July. It's right before training camp and preseason start.
Right.
That's when in July, everybody says, why do you pick July? It's always so hot. And I said, yeah, that was one of the reasons why we named it the Explosion, because it's always so damn hot in Madeira. But but that's the reason for it. We wanted to have one last party before every season to get all of the nation together so we could, just have a good time and get excited about the season to come. So that's where the idea of the Explosion comes from, or part of the idea of where the Explosion came from.
Yeah.
And so that's where we're at. So July 22nd, if you haven't got a ticket for the Explosion, man, you don't want to miss this. As we talk a little more into this conversation, I'm going to be dropping a whole bunch of information about what's going to go on at the Explosion and some special guests and special surprises and things like that. So actually today, you're going to get the drop on some information that I'm going to be putting out later on this afternoon on my own IG and different media pages and the M&M production page, but you're going to get the drop this morning.
Nice. Let's go, man. I'm happy about that, bro. So like some of the questions I just wrote down, bro, because like I was like, all right, because I'm kind of glad you clarified the the super fan thing. You know what I mean? I have a buddy of mine that's here from the Valley. He was a super. He introduced me to the whole super fandom in a sense. I didn't really understand it. You know what I mean? I thought we're all just Raider fans, but I see what you're saying, and the way you clarified it is dope now. So like Captain Jack, obviously, Navy. And then I like my buddy Raider Squid. Then there's Raider General. There's Raider Wolf. These are all these different guys that when you see in the crowd, you're like, hey man, that's so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So it's like I get it now. I understand it's like more just hyping the crowd up. You know what I mean? You're
Right.
just that next level. You know what I mean? And
It's just a different way to express your fandom. You know
Yeah.
what
right.
some people like to, just wear their Raider jersey and their Raider hat, and that's good for them. And some people like to push it a little further, man. It's just, it's almost like a way to, for me personally, I don't know about anybody else.
Right.
It's a way because Kevin as a Raider fan is one thing, but my boss as a Raider fan is something totally
Different. Got you.
and it's a way to bring out that inner crazy Raider fan that's inside of Kevin. That comes out from my boss. So that's how it is for me. It's truly they're two different people, man. They're legitly two different people. Kevin is one guy, and my boss is somebody totally different. I mean, they both love the Raiders. Don't get me wrong, but my boss is to the extreme about the Raiders.
See, like, how can I say it? Kev's 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? And my boss is, hey, don't even talk to me.
Right.
It's too loud.
I mean, I can really talk football with guys at work as Kevin, right?
Right.
And have some pretty good conversation. But then when they, we get maybe see each other at a game and we have opposing sides and we get to talking football and they say, well, damn, that's not the same dude I talked to at work because he's nuts about the Raiders when he's in that persona, he just goes nuts about the Raiders. He's not as calm. And it's an energy that comes with it, man. It's just a crazy energy that I really can't explain it in a lot of words, but it is a definite transformation into what people know as my boss.
There you go. And see, that's cool because everybody has like their own thing. Like, my buddy General Squid's a lot. There's a lot of military guys that doing. Like, we got Captain Jack. We got my buddy Squid, and I know Squid. Like we've met a couple times, and I met General through him, and then he told me about Fox, and then when I met some of the who's that Lady of the Nation, and then who else was there? The homies were there. There's a bunch of different. It's amazing, bro. And I like the community.
Over my lifetime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over my lifetime, being a Raider fan, this used to be, and I don't want to, slight anybody about this, okay?
Right.
So I don't want this to be misunderstood, but when I started out as a Raider fan, seeing what they call super fans was a novelty. Very rarely seeing anybody. You had in the very beginning, you had people like there's a guy named Bones. He's out on the East Coast. Bones was there in L.A. Wayne Mayberry, which you guys know as Violator. And
right.
Violator didn't even look the way he looks now back then. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it was very rare as a kid to see these personas or characters out there. And then later on, as you brought in Tuzak, and then you brought in, Gorilla Rilla and things like that. The idea of it started growing, and they were taking the lead from these gentlemen, these icons that were synonymous with it. You've seen the Raiders on TV. You've seen these guys, right? So people kind of got that vibe, and then they started finding ways to bring their fandom out in their own persona, and it's grown over the years to now. There's many across the country. There's a lot across the country, and it's a growing fad or phenomenon, I'll say, and it brings it's a cool thing because it brings so much unity to the fans, to each other, and because everybody gets into this stuff, man. And people are running around parking lots trying to find certain ones, and running around the stadium trying to find certain ones and things like that. So it's become a craze, in a sense. But like I said, when I was growing up as a kid watching the Raiders, seeing this kind of personas was very rare. It was all going to Disneyland and catching Mickey Mouse. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or you got to run into gorillas. So back in those days, or Tuzak for that matter, Tuzak was very, very hard to get back in those days. Even when he was a full-time season ticket holder in Oakland and LA and all these different things, it was hard to get to this guy. So it was a novelty back then. Now it's kind of becoming more mainstream.
It's being adapted more. People are coming up more creative. Like there was the Raider Chucky, there was, and then there was, there was that, you know what I mean? And I heard a little bit of story about that, you know what I mean? And there's so many different personas and personalities. You got even it's kind of elevating to the point of like, podcasting like what I'm doing. And then, there was like where I learned from my boy Raider Joe. And then, there's other names and other people. Like another one that I used to watch a lot is Raider Samoan, Samoan Raider. I apologize. Those guys are elevating to the next level. You know what I mean? And it's a great thing, and it's a great community. You know what I'm saying? Once we start having this communication, it's all from one thing, and it's just it all evolves and it can get bigger and bigger, and it's only bringing people together. And that I love that aspect of it. You know what I mean?
I think the best part of all of that, as people create these personas every year, and then the new podcasts come out every year, and people are their fandom into other ways that are public. Well, that brings more exposure to the team and to the culture of the Raider Nation, and that's what we want. We want people to see how we party. We want people to see how much we love the Raiders.
Right.
So the more people that are out there doing these different things, the more people are being touched, because there's a lot of Raider fans that have kind of really no idea about the culture of being a part of the nation. They see it, but they don't know what it is to be a part of it. And when you got these podcasts out there and you got these super fans out there and people start following their social medias, and then they start feeling the vibe, and then they start wanting to be a part of it. And then that's where we come in, and they say, well, hey man, how do I get to the explosion where all these people are hanging out at? You know what I mean?
Right.
So the more people do this, and the more it just explains the culture of the Raider Nation, and it's good for the world, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, because like even one of my buddies last night when we're doing I just do a regular podcast, just shooting the shit, Raider base, whatever, but we're bullshitting. My buddy Raider Pete, one of the guys that's always in the chat, he was in UK, and he said that whenever he was going, people were like clearing tables for him, and he met Raider fan. He made a Raider fan every day in the UK and London, you know what I mean, visiting his brother. So it can go everywhere. Then we also have guys like there's Aussie Raider, you know what I mean? There's also Afakasi Raider, which he's from Australia, you know what I mean? And it's like, these are guys that we have met, you know what I mean, just through this podcast. So it's like, now that we can be outside a little bit, you know what I mean? If you guys stand the heat, you can get a little bit more, interaction with people. Like I ran Raider Nation for Lifer, right? All the hats, stuff like that, man. That guy, I can't remember his name, but there you go. I see him all the time right here in Fresno, right? Because I'm from Fresno. Yeah, so you know what I mean, and I've been trying to get with him. I buy a hat here and there. I was supposed to get with him last Saturday. Just shit gets caught up. You know how life is, bro. But we're all. I mean, everyone's gonna be there, and it's nice. Like I know you got a slew of people that are coming. We'll talk about that. I'm gonna get to the chat real quick. Usually I talk to some guys in chat, but I haven't even started, man. Let me get to that. We'll talk a little bit more about it, bro. Robert Pena, salute, bro. Good morning, man. Sorry, chat. We started bullshitting, and you know how sometimes I'm high too, so don't worry about
that shit. That's Raider breakfast.
This Raider breakfast. There you go. I gotta get my greens. You know what I mean? I gotta get my coffee and my greens, bro. You know what I mean? So there you go. Robert Pena, I salute to you guys. North Cal Raider Jesse. I believe North Cal's gonna go, man. There's a lot of guys that are here, that are gonna be going. You know what I mean? A lot of the guys, like I got my buddy Arkham. He's going to be coming down, him and his family. A couple other people are going to be there too, man. It's going to be nice. And then at Mr. D's, I'll give you all the information too. My buddy, DJ Marquitos, is going to be DJing there in Madera on Gateway. So the after party, whatever, you know what I mean? We're going to be out there, go grab some drinks or whatever, not, you know what I mean? Make sure we all have a good time. So, and then I'm from Fresno too. And whatever you guys want to do, we can figure something out. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Raider Gabe, what's up, bro? I'm glad he's still alive, man. D Menace, salute, bro. Showing you love too, bro. Willie Wayne, nice to see you, brother. Appreciate you. Willie Wayne's in the building. Rafa's in the building. Rafa's showing some love. Jesse's in the building. Everyone's just showing love right now. Gravy, where are you at? Raider Nation Jason, salute, bro. Hey, I got to get with you too, man. Raider Nation Jason, he does music and stuff like that, and It's been hectic, but we'll get together, bro, very, very soon. Chile, that's another one of my buddies that's gonna be pulling up too. We do a lot of Call of Duty shit. We're fools, man. We're having a good time talking a lot of shit, man. Gord, what's that, man? Salute, brother. How you doing? I believe Gord's from Canada. I'm not necessarily sure about that, but see, it's all over the place, bro.
That's why I love Raider fans, man. They're like roaches. They're all over the world.
And we can't be killed, bro. We can't be killed. It needs to be an apocalypse for it to happen. You know what I mean? That's what's up. Let me get to everybody, man. Just showing everybody love. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that everyone's pulling up, man. We have some good people talking ball too, man. I don't know if anybody's been here before, but sometimes we get in some heated conversations, but we shake hands, dap up, and shake it off afterwards, man.
All go at each other. Like I said, I will accept it from another Raider fan, but I won't accept it from nobody else.
Yeah,
another Raider fan understands my struggle, so the frustrations, the back and forth, the arguing, should we keep Derek Carr? Should we have got rid of him? Blah blah blah. All those different arguments. I don't mind those arguments with a Raider fan because I know we're gonna hug at the end. But, opposing person trying to talk about my squad, man, we might be getting, you might see real mob boss. You might see that gangster.
But we all want to go home at the end of the night, so no snitching. Remember that we practice no snitching around here.
Right.
We're all wearing black.
So just dip into the crowd. You be all right.
Yes, you be all right. Hey, Munoz, man, thank you for pulling up, bro. Appreciate you, man. All kinds of people here showing love, bro.
Yo, man, that's crazy. I like it.
Yeah, shit. Wild Turkey, man. Salute, man. We got a lot of East Coast guys. Pena's an East Coast guy. I know that Charm City's an East Coast guy. I don't know where a lot of these other people live at, but man, it's great. It's a good thing all the ways around, bro. I just love this shit, man.
How far this stuff reaches to Raider fans all over and keeps us connected. So, man, I salute you for doing the podcast, man. All you other podcasters out there, like keeping the word about the Raider Nation out there, bro, and spreading it and keeping us all united, man. I love it, man. Salute to all of you guys.
Yeah. There's a couple guys that I've worked with that I started with, and over time, we've just worked with different people. One of the guys that I worked with that was part of an NWA, was part of the Homie Dirty and stuff like that. He introduced me to so many different people. And that's how one of the reasons why I got started. Another reason, you know what I mean? And then I've met Raider Loon. He does the Raider Stand. That guy is fucking hilarious. If anybody, and all my mods too, man, put the link up. Mob, if you can, I need to get your information and put it up. Or if anybody, one of my mods, put all Raider Mob's IG information up. So you guys can,
Raider_mob_boss. That's my IG link up. Hit me there, man. Hit me there. Come follow your boy.
Yeah, but also there's, because of Dirty, I've ran into guys like OG, Jack Kenna, all these different creators. One of the guys that you got to watch in the off season when he's doing play-by-play is Raider Ben. I don't know if you know who Raider Ben is, but he used to be in the black hole when everything was in Oakland. He was always in that area. You know what I mean? That guy's a motherfucking beast, bro. That when you're watching him, and he knows ball too, and he has shows too. We have shows. Loon is on every day. Loon is on every morning. He's from Vegas. That motherfucker he puts in the work. You know what I mean? And then they have a night show too that's Raider based, and they just talk mad shit, bro. Those are a lot of guys that I appreciate, you know what I mean, in this community, and how how they've all came together, even through good and bad, you know what I'm saying? And it's been bad, a lot of bad shit.
a lot of years, but man, we stay in it. That's why I said, man, this is, if you are a true Raider fan, it's in your blood. Go through everything, every emotion, you could go through ups, downs, highs, lows, pissed off, all of that kind of stuff. And then at the end of the day, you still, man, wake up in the morning and grab that Raider cap before you walk out the door. So,
talk that shit. That's some real ass shit.
That's how we do, man.
Yep. Hell yeah. But the whole NWA movement, it was, it's great. There's just a bunch of us, Nation with Attitude, you know what I mean? That's the homie Dirty that runs that, and it's great, man. You know what I mean? We all fight in the family, but regardless of whatever, we're all family. It doesn't really matter at that point. But so check this out. So yeah, the DJ, my boy Marquito's gonna be doing that too. Is there anything else that you really want to kind of I know you said there's a couple things that you want to really break down, but another question that I did have is, when exactly did you decide, or you and the group of people, or I don't know who's all involved, How did you guys and when did you guys start this? Obviously, it's going to be 4 years ago, but when you were saying it earlier, like what came together? It was just the point of like, hey, we're going to go here, 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 and here, and just put a collective together. Kind of give me a quick rundown of that.
Okay, so the short story, the whole idea of where the Raider Nation Explosion came from. There were a couple of different events, like the Raider Fan Convention was going on out there in San Diego, and I believe the summer kickoff was down in Bakersfield, and there was one going on in the Bay Area that we went to, and we had traveled to all these.
Oh, cutting in and out.
That these events. Oh, you got me?
Yeah, it's just cutting in and out. Brother.
So I said it was kind of crazy that we're us in the Central Valley, we're always traveling somewhere else to go doing a Raider event. You know what I mean? And be a part of a Raider event, because you guys would call me and say, hey, my boss, could you come up, show up at this event or whatever the case may be. So I was doing a lot of traveling to different events. And I said, man, well, why don't we do an event right here in our own part of the state? Everybody else has got something going on in their part of the state. Why don't we do something? And at the time, it was Raider Tone, which is West 5 president chapter out of Madera, and Mike here, and then it was myself, which I'm KOS 209 vice president and the president of KOS 209. So it was us four that started the Eminem production thing, and said, okay, we're gonna do an event in our area, and we put our little heads together, we put our little resources together, and we put the first one on in Merced, California. It's almost 5.5 years ago now, because COVID caught us in between, so skip a year, and so we're on number 4, and it just came out of the fact of, and I still travel to all these other events. Don't get me wrong. I still go to all those other events, but I wanted to have something right in our backyard for our own people, and it just grew from there. So
yeah.
There.
So now that obviously the season's going to be coming up, and there's just a question that just came up off my head. So like, even though you guys are having these events, obviously you guys go to games, you guys travel well and go here and there and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So are you guys part of J-Lot now in Vegas?
Yes, J-Lot is the so-called dubbed tailgating lot in Vegas, because they don't give us very much room in Vegas for tailgating. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to be fooled and experience LA. You're not going to get that experience. I'm just going to put that flat out there.
So okay, you're kind of cutting out a little bit, bro. Because you kind of were talking about J-Lot doesn't give us a lot of room.
Yeah, J-Lot a lot of room out there, and it's not the same experience that you would get in Oakland or LA. It's totally different. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have a good time out there in J-Lot, but if you're looking for that Oakland vibe, that Oakland experience, you're not going to get it there. All right, it's just what it is. You're trying to create that, trying to build that as people come to Las Vegas, but it's just not there yet. So when you get there and you see those couple of rows of J-Lot, people are partying like crazy, but outside of those 2 rows, you're like, well, where's all this stuff that I've been seeing all these years about Raider tailgates? You know what I mean? It's just not there yet, but it's growing. It's growing. You're still going to have a good time, but the vibe is a little different in J-Lot.
You know what? Yeah, like even when I went to the Cincinnati game, and the stadium was great. You know what I mean? I had a great time, but like when we were screaming Raiders, a lot of people weren't doing it. It was a little different. The vibe, it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then I was looking, I was like, this the tailgate? Like,
yeah.
And then it was, I guess, a new stadium, and I'm just sitting there like, and then I seen the whole lot, like right when you were coming over the pass, there's nothing here. And then
the new people not experienced, and they don't understand what we think is the Raider culture and how we do things, and these people are new on board, and so it's our job as OG Raider fans to bring that vibe and teach those new folks how we get down,
Yeah.
So as we bring the culture from LA and from Oakland and bring it into Las Vegas, it's gonna grow, and we'll get there. It's just not there yet. It's still fresh and new to some of those people. So even seeing what they call super fans running around out there is kind of new to some of these folks. So, they just have to. It's something that's going to have to build over time, but we'll get there.
Yeah. So I mean, and I completely see that, because it's just gonna take time. A lot of people want it now, but it's an adjustment for everybody. You know what I mean? So it's like, everybody's moving over there. I know a lot of people seen the move coming. A lot of people are trying to get out there, but it's crazy that they don't. It's hard for them to accept the like, the super fandom and all that stuff. But then you see the strip, and the strip is crazy. Come on,
right.
Now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't get that, but it'll evolve to where it's going to be good. And that's like, hopefully within the next couple of years, maybe they'll have a different lot to where we can get in there and start doing what we do, and maybe in the front right there too, man. And but I mean, yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to the Jets game, and I'm going to the LA game.
Oh now, man, I'm just as excited as I am for the Explosion to get here.
Yeah.
Always know once I'm done with the Explosion, it's go time. It's season time, and it's time to run. So I'm just ready to get to it, man. I got a few places I'm gonna stop around the country this year, and
nice.
Being one of those places, and a few others. So you'll see my boss around, man. So I'm ready for this season, man. You'll see me around.
Yeah, shit. How's LA looking, man? Because I'm ready, man. I don't know if I'm staying the night, but I don't know. I'm ready to go. I'm trying to get the ground level too.
That's the closest home game. In a sense, I always call LA a home game because it's so close to us. So I'll definitely be in LA for sure. That's I don't even consider that a travel game because it's so close, right? Yeah. So always in LA. Everybody always that's one place if you don't catch me in Vegas, you will catch me in LA.
Yeah, I went to both games last year in LA. Me, Reddy Gabe, Dirty, a couple other people. Took my family out there, took my homegirl out there. I went to the Rams game. Oh, bro.
Yeah.
I was watching it. Jay, bro, like, fuck it, Bob. Like, I was right here on the second tier, first row, just watching it just come, bro. The slow fucking train. Oh, God, I hated it. And it was my friend, my fucking, one of the love of my life, my friend Nicole, man, it was her first game.
Oh, man.
She's like, we got it. And I was like, you're not a true Raider fan. Like, you gotta watch this shit. Fucking But overall, it was a great time.
It's a feeling, man, that people. It's one thing watching games on TV or whatever the case may be, but the vibe of being actually in the mix, and especially if you're up close, oh my gosh, you can't. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. So,
nothing like it for sure. Hey, you know what? Shout out to the homie MC Raider, man. He's gonna be pulling up too, man. So I don't know if you follow him. He's big on TikTok, and he has a lot of great content. You guys always talking shit. Like, bro, you're gonna get me shot. But he's pulling up too. That's a good dude right there, man. But yeah, so LA. I know that's a home game, and I know you had mentioned it's like really, really close to what we want to kind of get there. When I first pulled up to LA, no bullshit, I'm walking, and I'm like, right when you come off of, I don't know what street it is, but it's right next to the casino where the parking structure is. I already paid for my parking. Boom, pull up. We walk out, and I'm seeing Chargers fans. I was like, man, why are these guys walking? And I was like, oh, I forgot we're at their home. We're at look like our place. You know what I'm saying?
It's more like our place.
Yeah. It's like, I was saying, this is our side chick's house. You know what
I mean? Right? Yeah, because that a couple years back, I did this interview with one of these news reporters from Las Vegas, and the thing he said to me, he says, "Man, what do you think about being here at the Chargers Stadium, but there's more Raider fans here than any?" I said, "Well, because they have a stadium in our city, in our house." Yeah. And he said, "Well, what do you mean by that?" I said, "Well, you got to remember, when the Raiders were here in LA, they were the biggest thing going. So that fan base is still here. Those folks are still here. So you just moved the team into their neighborhood. So we're letting you know that just because you moved on the block, we still run the block."
Yeah. You're just a neighbor.
I get it, man. And that's what it is, man. They moved on our block, but we still own it, bro.
That's the perfect way of saying it. You still got to pay your taxes, bro. Still got to pay the taxes.
Absolutely, man. No homage to the originals that's been on this block forever.
Yeah, for real, man. Hey, shout out Mike G, man. That's the homie right there, man. He's gonna be at the Denver game. Him and the homie Pyro, they're going to the old game opener. You know what I'm saying? My buddy Michael, He's around the channel. He's a good dude. We talk a lot, man. But he's gonna be out there to the game. I'm trying to get him to the Jets game, man. But we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? It's because I've always wanted to be a night game.
Oh,
yeah,
they're crazy. I love it, man. Well, you can put me in at 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been out there, cold and freezing and all. I don't care, man. If it's a Raider game, you're gonna enjoy it one way or the other. You know what I mean?
I miss Oakland. First thing in the morning, it's cold. You get that coffee, and then right when the gate opens, you crack that beer.
Yep.
Yes, sir. It just goes.
Yes, sir. It's go time. It's go time.
Shout out to homie Pyro talking about that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So we were talking to super fans. So okay, before we promote a little bit more of the show, tell me what you think about this whole season, man. Kind of give me a quick little something. What you think? How it's coming? You know what I mean? I don't want to get into the Merrick Parr conversation because that's his name now. Respectfully,
right?
Try not to say his name. He's moved on to better pastures.
I feel about this season same way I feel about every off season. Off seasons are always frustrating for me because so much goes on in the off season. That's where all the drama comes out, and they stretch us out waiting on what decisions are going to be made and all of this kind of stuff. So right now, I try not to pay attention to so much of because it's a lot of negative the way I see it, and it brings my spirit down to see that the organization is not on track as far as what I see. You know what I mean? We can't make the decisions on Jacobs. We got into this thing with Garoppolo and don't know if he's going to be healthy enough to even play for us. And where do we go from there? Do we go with the rookie quarterback that we just picked up in the draft? Is Devontae Adams happy with us and with the system? There's so many things that can frustrate you with the offseason. So usually I try not to pay too much attention to it. I mean, of course I listen and try to keep up with everything, but I try not to. I try to wait till that very first snap of the season and see how all of this is gelled. You can have a whole lot of drama in the offseason and then get on the field and everything gels together just right and things start happening, right? So until we see the product that they put together or what they decide to put together on the field the first snap, none of us is going to know. So don't stress yourself out. Don't stress yourself out any sooner than you have to. You know what I mean? So we're still waiting till Monday to figure out what's going to happen with Jacobs, whether we get a long-term deal, whether he, goes away, whether he doesn't show up to camp, all of this kind of stuff. So I'm just going to wait till the first snap and we'll see what we got on the field and we'll go from there. I'm always optimistic, no matter what's going on, that we are going to make the playoffs because I feel like it's just our time. We've endured enough over the years. It's our time. Even with teams that weren't so great, we still had that opportunity to get where we wanted to be. So any given Sunday, things can change. So that's how I roll, man. I'm always positive that we're going to make the playoffs and push it. And I just wait until I see that first snap, see how the team gels on the field, and then we go from there.
Yeah, because, that's a good way of looking at it because I believe it was around the time when we got Jamarcus Russell, I had literally broke a TV and I had to stop watching football for a second and I slowly had to come back because
right.
You know what I mean? So it's like to pace yourself, you know what I mean? Relax. Yeah. Let's walk down here. Let's not run it down. Let's just walk down to enjoy this.
Yeah. Slow down and catch it all. Don't run down and only get one.
Yeah, there you go. You already know this. In his gate change for sure. Yeah, that is the plan because it's a little farther out, finances, you know what I'm saying? I'm working on it, but see, and one of the biggest reasons when we started all this was because of, the whole demic, whatever you want to call it. You get bored and then you started seeing all this different things, right? And just a little background, you know what I mean? Anxiety, post-traumatic stress, veteran, yada, yada, yada. It was very, like when I go to places, big places, it's a little crazy. But just to know that you might know a couple people, someone say, hey, and have that overwhelming thing, that's kind of where people open up and you have a good time and just being in a good setting, you know what I mean? And that's where I kind of want to start doing this. And that's where it kind of starting to lead to, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's just having a good time. And when you go to the game, enjoy the atmosphere, the different people. You know what I mean? You come from all different walks of life. I might be, let's say, I might be an entrepreneur. Y'all might be a CEO. This person might do taxes. You don't know. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, and we all come together and just have a good time.
Fans from from millionaires all the way to the broke guy. You understand what I'm saying? But they all give me something. They all teach me something, and they all show me love, and I show them love, man, because I feel like we're all united under the shield, no matter where we come from, how we do it, or, what brought you to being a Raider fan. Once you put that shield on, you're united. You got a brother beside you. You got a sister beside you. You got, family.
Right.
It's an adopted family just by putting on a shield. And so I get it, brother. And I'm glad this worked out for you. And, shout out to all veterans. I'm a veteran myself, so
Nice.
I understand it. I understand the anxieties and things that people go through after they come back home. So
Right.
shout out to all of you guys that are finding ways to keep yourself healthy and keep yourself safe. Because it's real out there, man. That is a real subject. Being a veteran myself, so that's something dear to my heart. When I hear about veterans, there's a few veterans that I work with who are Raider fans, and they call me on a constant, and I said, well, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that. And they said, no, it's not. I have my therapist that I talk to, but sometimes just talking to you, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah. It's
So I try to make myself available to any and everybody for the most part, to try to be there for people, because that's what we're supposed to do as brothers and sisters of the Shield. So if your brother needs you, he should be able to rely on you. You should be able to be there for him, So I try to do my best, man. And so if anybody's out there that ever needs somebody, man, my boss, get in my inbox, or, a lot of you guys have found my phone number, however you've done it. But, I'm available. I'm available, man, because I would never want to see a brother or have to lose a brother or a sister because they didn't have nobody to talk
to. Yeah. That is real shit right there. Like, you know what I mean? You might not like what you're about to hear, but
But I'll be there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it'll be here tomorrow. Just give me that one more day. You know what I'm saying? Just give me that one more day. You know what I mean? Take a nap, do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Do some push-ups, you know what I mean? Just give me that one more day. We'll be all right. You know what I mean? That's a big thing on, you know what I mean? So it's like, we're gonna be here, man, going on the 22nd, man. I'm fucking excited, bro. Like, so the car show too. That's another thing I was gonna ask. So there's also the Raider fan, whatnot, but there's also the car show part. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, obviously, when we went last time, it was just a whirlwind. So I was kind of like more excited than anything. You know what I mean? I seen there was a couple of vehicles out there and stuff like that. Hopefully, and I know you guys are planning to make it a little bit bigger, but it's a whole family event, because also you're gonna have the car show. Kids under 13 are gonna be for free. You know what I mean? Give us tickets prices. What's going on? If there's any car clubs that are gonna be there, give us a little bit more about that, brother.
Obviously, right now tickets are on sale for $25 each. Kids 13 and under are free. That includes the car show, that includes the event, that includes the concert that's going on. So all of that for $25 at the door. I think it's going to go up a little bit, maybe $5 or $10 at the door. So okay. I suggest you go ahead and get the $25 ticket, save yourself a couple dollars. Like I said, it's family oriented. We make it family oriented for the kids. We have a kids event that'll go on inside of the explosion. So you'll be able to go and register your kids with a few of the Raider sisters that we got on staff, and they will take their kids off for a little while. They're going to go do a scavenger hunt, and all of these different little projects and stuff for the kids, and then it's going to all end with the now famous kids dance off that we do. So we got something for everybody, man. We got something for the kids to do and keep you occupied while the parents go out and check out the car show. The car show is going to be ran by Manuel Carbajal,
okay,
who is a big car show enthusiast here in the area, and he puts on one hell of a car show. If anybody's ever been to a Manuel Carbajal show, you know what I'm talking about. He brings out all the low riders, man. It's going to be huge. We're anticipating over 300 low riders out there for the car.
Let's go.
So it's going to be big, man. It's going to be big. Like I said, man, there's something for everybody to come out and do. And, it's just a great day out to hang out with a bunch of folks, a bunch of Raider fans. And let me get this straight. because of the concert and because of the car show, we open the door to everybody. You ain't got to be a Raider fan. You know, if you're into cars and you want to come see this car show, hey man, come on out. If you want to see Dub C on stage, man, come on out.
Come on out. There you go.
It is truly a family-friendly event. It's a community-friendly event. So anybody and everybody is welcome. You don't have to wear a Raider shirt to get in the door, because I heard that rumor one time. And I think that was just somebody talking, funny, man. You better wear a Raider shirt, you know what I mean? But no, man, it's open to the community and families and everything. So it's just a good time out, man.
Yeah, that's so okay. So we got a lineup, because I remember when I walked in, right when you walk in, it's going to be in the grass area. It's going to be kind of the same setup. All the cars going to be in the grass area, nice and shaded, whatever, whatnot. And then you walk in, and then there's the outside stage where we have a DJ. Who's DJing outside?
DJing outside is DJ Rick Webb.
Okay.
DJ Webb has been with us all 4 shows. He always had our back, So DJ Webb will be taking care of the outside stage for us this year. He normally always does the outside stage, whatever.
Right.
And for the main stage inside, which again, now that COVID's over, they've given us that big building inside, so we can do the performance and the stage show inside an air-conditioned building. So inside will be DJ Tutti will be in there, putting on the music and running the show in there. So we got 2 DJs for you, one inside, one outside, man, all day long music. So you got something all day to keep you shaking and moving.
Yeah, and I also seen a lot of vendors. There was food vendors out there, like I mentioned earlier, Raider Nation for Life, or you know what I mean? All these different, there's tons of vendors. I don't even know half the vendors. Like I just know just a couple that,
Yeah.
So yeah.
They'll be there again. Shout out that's my Compa brother, Fabian Compa. So he'll be there. You'll have OG Marty Prada be there. Lolly will be there. There's like 4 others that I just can't call off the top of my head. Raider vendors that'll be there. So you'll have plenty of Raider merchandise out there to get yourself ready for the season. We also obviously will have the food vendors, Simple Soul, Pacheco's Tacos, and a couple of others. Oh, Rob's Bayside Barbecue. I can't forget Rob's Bayside Barbecue. I love them. They've been with us all 4 years. And that's my brother out there in Fresno, so I can't forget about him.
Ray? Oh, from here in Fresno? Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. Talk about it.
So he's been supporting us for years, man. And he's got some great barbecue. So make sure you stop in and see Rob Bayside Barbecue out there in Fresno if you're out there, or if you're out at the event. Make sure you stop by and get one of those. What is it? I think it's the pulled pork sandwiches that I love.
Sandwich, yep.
Yes.
Yep. Exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah. So he's off the hook, man. So shout out to him. But like I said, there's going to be plenty of food vendors out there, plenty of Raider vendors out there, and I think there's a couple of other vendors that are just selling other things, other than Raider things. But so you got so canopies. Let me throw this out here real quick.
I was going to ask you that next.
For those of you guys that are coming in, we normally charge, a little fee to bring in a canopy and get your own little spot, out there. But this year, we are allowing you to bring in your canopies. So
nice.
You want to come and set up your own little spot or whatever. We got that full grassy area, first come, first serve. You can come set it up and have your own space out there. And, so bring your canopies, bring your chairs and all that kind of stuff. And setup time is at 8 o'clock. Gates open at 12 for the actual event, but setup time starts at 8 in the morning. So if you want to come out and set up your area, get you a good spot or whatever, and then go to your hotel, get yourself ready and come back at 12, you could do that. Raider Tone and Mike Mejia be out there first thing in the morning, getting the cars in, because I think the cars start coming in at 6 or 7 in the morning. So they're out there. So somebody will be out there to get you guys directed where to go set up. So come early, set your stuff up, and then go get yourself ready and come back for partying, because it's a long day.
Yeah, my buddy Michael said what's up to Raider Tone. So apparently that's the homie right there. Mikey had a question. He said, did you know, I'm looking it up right now. He has it. Do you still mess with Raider Bear? That's what he had asked.
Oh, Raider Bear. Raider Bear just moved. Raider Bear actually stayed in the same city as me here in Modesto.
Okay.
He just moved to, I believe, Arizona. Him and Mama to Arizona. So we talked, from time to time, we're not connected like that as close no more because, like I said, he just moved. But we still talk on social media, and we still, when we run into each other out wherever, we still got it. That's my boy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you know what I mean? Because like I didn't, see, that's another guy I didn't know, Raider Bear. You know what I mean? So there's so many different guys. What is it? There, Iron Raider was Iron Man Raider, or there's Power Raider. I know MC. There's so many different ones, bro.
But like I said, this phenomenon has really kind of grown so much. So now it's hard to keep up because every year, there's a bunch more that jump on every year. So trying to keep up, and I get all these messages. It's funny, right around the off season, I started getting these messages from people, and they say, "Hey, I'm about to be a super fan. I'm gonna be so and so. This is my." I'm like, "What?"
Be Raider.
Right. So it's hard for me to keep, and I try to keep up with everybody, man. I really do.
Yeah.
But like I said, back in the day, it was a novelty, so it wasn't hard to keep up with 5 guys or whatever that were running around like that. But now there's hundreds, and every year there's more.
Right.
So,
I had this because I think we're kind of the team that goes through the wall first.
Right.
I think we the black hole. Then you see the dog pound, and then you see the whatever. You know what I mean? Then they start, and then there's the Cowgirl Nation, and it's. I think it came from home, right? I think it came from home, LA, the whole thing. It just, I think the whole persona started because you go into LA and there's the superstars, the how do you say it, like the movie stars and stuff like that, and then to stand out because they used to put the cameras on them, so to stand out, to see that, and and plus, like, I kind of got the history of the black hole and how it started.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? And that just kind of created all this madness, bro. And it's like controlled madness that's beautiful. It's like abstract painting. You know what I mean? It's just a beautiful thing.
It just keeps multiplying, and started with, like you said, started with a small nucleus of what we call the black hole, and prior to the black hole, them are my family. I love them to death, every one of them from the beginning to now, right? But prior to the black hole, there was a place in LA, and it was called the Pirates Cove, and that was kind of generated right at the end of the LA area. And then when they moved into back into Oakland, the Pirates Cove kind of faded away, and the black hole came into existence. So this culture thing is something that started real small that has now gotten to a point where there's no control, man. And the NFL can't control it. The public can't control it. This thing is huge, huge, huge. So that's why so many people get offended when they hear other teams call themselves the nation. And they're saying, you're not the nation. And really, we're not even the nation no more. We're the world. You understand?
Yeah, there you go.
That's how it's spread. So, and no other team has spread throughout the world the way the Raiders fan base has spread throughout the world.
Yeah, man. And I'm so glad to be a part of this nation too, bro. It's like, I mean, shit, 83, 32, that guy in the Super Bowl, man. You know what I mean? That man, Allen, you know what I mean? And, it's crazy that just from that one play, it's sparked all this. You know what I mean? Sparked the imagination, started seeing all this stuff. I remember the first game I went to in Oakland, boy, I was losing my mind. I seen Violator for the first time. I was like, what the hell is this? I see Manson and I seen this, and I was like, and then Violated, Mrs. Violated, you know what I'm saying? That was just like the craziest thing.
Right.
We used to go to the Raider Image.
Since we're on that, right? Since you talk about your very first experience seeing Violator, let me throw this out here for you. If you haven't seen the promo on my IG or whatever, yesterday there was a little sneak peek promo that's kind of blowing up right now. Okay. And you've seen this guy in the corner, and he told you if you don't be there, he was going to come looking for you. Well, for those that don't know your history, that's Tuzak. Okay? Tuzak, one of the very original, I call him the Crown Three, right? Okay. That was Rilla, Tuzak, and Violator. Okay, when they really first started showing super fans on TV, those were the three. They sat together, and you seen them every Sunday, every game. Didn't miss them. Well, a few years back, just before they moved to Vegas, Tuzak, he's gotten a little older now, and he decided that he was going to retire.
Okay.
And so you kind of stopped seeing him around. And but I always kept in contact, you know, from afar. I kept in contact with him. And as we do these shows every year, we always try to pay homage to those who have. Oh, there you go. You found it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and finish, and I'll go to play it for you.
We always try to pay homage to those who have paved the way for the fan base and who have given a face to the fan base. We always try to do that. And we, in previous times, we've been able to acknowledge Gorilla Rilla, Captain Jack, Violator, Raider Man 19, and so on and so forth. And so finally, Tuzak, I've been trying to get him since day one, since the very first one, because I actually wanted to do Wayne, which is Violator, Rilla, and Tuzak all at the same time. That was my goal, to get all three at the same time and induct them at the same time. But we weren't able to do that. But we got him this year. He is going to be in the building. This is an opportunity for Raider fans who understand the culture to get a moment with this gentleman, shake his hand for all that he has done for us, and giving us a voice, giving us a face to the world as Raider fans. Man, I could say so much about this dude and how honored I am to even be in his presence and be able to be with him this weekend or on the 22nd. So I got it all arranged. He will be in the building. This might be some folks' last opportunity to get a picture with him, because he has told me he is really getting more and more into his retirement. You may see him one time a season, if that. He's not really doing the character thing anymore, but this man has done so much for putting a face to the Raider fan base that we owe him an acknowledgement. And so I'm so honored that he's going to be in the building. So for those of you who have done your research or know your history, Tuzak will be in the building.
Nice. I'm just gonna play this real quick, man. So
man, bro.
Yeah.
We're ready. You guys coming out to Raider Nation Explosion?
Yeah. Be there. I'm gonna find you. If you're not there, you square. So you have to be there.
And we have Dub C performing.
That's it.
Right? That's right.
Big car show, car and truck show.
That's right. All right.
And bring the kids.
Bring the kids.
It's a Raider Nation party, so be there. Like I said, if you're not there, we're gonna be looking for you. And we'll be in trouble. So be there. Make sure you make it. Let's go, baby.
Raiders.
There you go.
You guys coming out to Raider Nation Explosion?
All right. There it is.
Legends. The legends told you need to be there. No, that ain't come from my boss. So if you're dedicated to the nation, and you know, and you want to pay your respects to those who paved the way for you to get out there and act a fool, you better listen to what they say, because those are two guys I don't want looking for me. I'm gonna tell you that.
Shit. Hell yeah. Says me, all these guys are over here talking shit about some COD. We be talking shit, Call of Duty and shit like that. But anyways, no, that's great. So like last year when I went, I know that the homies were there. I met Raider Free Spirit. So that is the stunning woman. That's Nikki, right? But what is when I met her, it was loud. And I started following her on IG. And what exactly do the nation calls her? I don't remember.
It is Our Lady of the Nation.
Our Lady of the Nation. There you go.
Yeah. Nikki.
Go ahead.
Nikki Supreme is her name, but she goes by Our Lady of the Nation.
Yeah. She was really, really nice. Hella cool people. You know what I mean? A lot of the whole vibe was just great. You know what I mean? It was just not trying to get to. I'll tell you a little why I didn't stay the whole time, but it's some other shit. But anyways, but like this time we're gonna be there the whole time. If we're gonna set up, I'm gonna set up, put a thing out there. Probably gonna have more than a couple people out there with us. So you know what I mean. We're gonna be there, man. And Nation, we got 29 people in the building, man. If you're in the area, whatever, whatnot, I'm gonna be playing this all week. I will be promoting it every show that I'll be doing next week since we are starting up. We will be on a little bit more. I'm not sure what the times are, but I'm gonna try to get back to it. It's kind of hard just to talk about guys just practicing, bro. It's very, very hard. You know what I'm saying? But we will do our normal couple shows and stuff like that. I will promote it as much as I possibly can. Man, appreciate you for pulling up, brother. I appreciate the time. I know.
Thing out there, real quick.
Yes, sir.
So, since we're talking about tickets and so on and so forth, the next 20 people that buy a ticket from Mob Boss, not from Tone, you got to buy it from Mob Boss. So the next 20 people that buy a ticket from Mob Boss, I will put your name in a drawing, okay? And just before probably Friday afternoon or whatever, I'll draw the winner, and the winner will win one of these.
Yes, sir.
That's an all-access pass. That gets you backstage to meet Dub C personally. All right. So the next 20 people that hit me up, get a ticket from me. I'll put your name in the drawing, and you'll get one of these lanyards that'll get you all access pass to the backstage and get to meet Dub C personally, man. So shout out to everybody that's coming. Shout out to Joshua 119 who will be performing, Certified Trouble who will be performing, Big Mac who will be performing, the Raider Addict DRE, he'll be performing, and then obviously Dub C from the Westside Connection. So shout out to y'all, man. Love y'all, man. But get them tickets, man, and get one of these. Get you one of them all access passes. Man.
I might need that. I might just pay for the all access pass. I don't know, man. You got to talk about that, bro. I just want the all access pass, man. I'll pay for it, bro. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you send me a side message, man. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we got it. Man, we're gonna have a good time. There's gonna be a tons of food, and then even afterwards, you guys have anything planned afterwards? Because, like I said,
well, we didn't have anything planned afterwards, but I heard you said you got your buddy out there DJing. Maybe we'll just push everybody that way to the little party.
That's what I told him to come out there, whatever, whatnot, and maybe we can get some stuff going. But we got a week to it, man. We'll stay in contact throughout the week. You know what I mean? And Nation, man, make sure you guys get it, man. Remember, the next 20 people that buy their ticket right now can get an all access pass backstage. Man, let's get it, man. Mob, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Everything that you're doing for the Nation, man. I will see you out in Vegas. I will see you out in LA. I'll see you this Saturday, man. We're going to have a great ass time, man. Nation, thank you guys for pulling up, and we'll see you guys soon, man. Peace.
Shout out.